All right, Bo, how's it going?
Everything good, man. What's up with you?
Man, grinding, man, trying to make it happen.
Hey, I see you working, man. I feel like this is my home away from home, man. It's what, number 3 or 4?
Yeah, number 3. This is our third time working. You did some crazy numbers last time, man. People really liked your stories.
Man, I appreciate it. And cause I'm always giving to them 100. I'm gonna give them some real shit.
Yeah, man, I think they love it, man. From a more of a grown perspective of the streets and everything,
Right.
I feel like they like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Something a little bit different than what they're used to getting.
For sure.
Well, I thought we'd get into what I thought was some of the biggest news out of Chicago, and that was the tweet from Durk a few days ago about that he was going to stop dissing the dead, and he wasn't even going to rap songs anymore that he dissed the dead. And he tweeted this, and this comes after his brother was killed not too long ago, and there was an attempt, home invasion attempt, but I don't know if these things are, I'm not saying these things are connected or anything, but these are just the events that happened. But, it's at this tweet now where he says he's going to stop dissing the dead. What'd you think when you seen that?
I thought that was big for Chicago. Like that was huge because he a real voice, and he influenced a lot of youngins and a lot of the shorties coming up. So to hear him say that was big. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that he carry it out and actually live that. You know what I'm saying? Live up to those words that he said. If he do, it's a beautiful thing for the city, man. That was huge.
Because it could be hard to keep going, right? Because, if one side starts doing it, it seems like it's one of those things that can easily be ignited again.
Without a doubt. And one thing that I do, right, I never blame the shorties because I understand it's not nothing that we did. We let the dead rest. You know what I'm saying? And we worried about the people that's still living, the ones who could actually harm us or kill us. That's what we focused on. But it's a new day and age, and this is what they do. So even when you try and say that I'm gonna pull back from this and I'm not gonna partake in those activities, if somebody else keep doing it and egging you on, it's sometimes hard to stay away from it. Because I know Duck said the same thing, and he didn't do it, you know what I'm saying, for a while, but when you steady hearing other people do it, it can pull you off your square and take you back to a place where you really don't want to be.
He came out with the Chicago Legends, which was like a step in the right direction, I felt anyway, for things. Did he ever say it publicly that he wasn't going to do that?
Yeah, he said it publicly, and he did it for my 2020 Vision campaign, and we had several long talks behind the scenes where he like, man, I'm not even on that. I'm not putting guns in my videos or none of that. He left that drop for me on the 2020 Vision campaign, and he didn't for a while until he went back into what he know, which is I don't knock him or none of the other shorties, for doing what they do because it's the environment in which they was raised, and there's not enough older guys to really get on top of them and stand on top of them to keep them focused. So that's like I don't know, that's a bad thing, man. And then a lot of the older guys that do have the influence, they won't get in the middle of it because they don't want to end up thrown into the shit or end up getting 100 years for trying to mediate some shit like that. So I mean, the system, it was designed for us to fail like that. When they started locking up all the heads, they knew what was going to happen. Cut the head off, the body fall.
You think that a lot of the reasons for these things is because the older guys are all gone?
Without a doubt. Like when I was coming up, I knew it was certain things that I couldn't do. If I did certain things, I'd be violated, get my ass beat. Like, we knew that, so it's certain, and then we knew if we did certain things, we had to answer to somebody. When with the head going, these shorties, who they got to answer to? You know what I'm saying? And then when the guys start coming home from those jails and doing those bits, the shorties been running wild for so many years to now they don't want no structure. So it's like when you come around and trying to dictate the pace, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get resistance. And the only way to and it's sad to say, but the only way to really correct it, it gotta be a whole lot of killing. Like you gotta knock off a lot of the bad seeds and knock off a lot of the guys who too far gone, who won't listen, you know, to bring fear back into it and to scare the shorties that's looking up to them. If you knock off the killers in those hoods that they look up to and that they scared of, it'll make everybody get in line. You know what I'm saying? And that was the purpose for violations and things of that nature, to keep order, you know? So without order, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna always be chaos. That's just a fact.
I could see how that could make things very difficult. Just to keep things, you know, semi, you know, like you said, order, you know, to things. Durk caught a lot of backlash this last time when his brother died. It was like all I seen was people, you know, the comments were just flooded with criticism about him dissing the dead.
I mean, rest in peace, D-Thing. Keep going.
Sorry, what happened?
No, I was saying rest in peace, D-Thing.
Rest in peace, D-Thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, Durk caught a lot of criticism this time. I've never seen the fans actually criticize like that.
You know, it's the internet. You know, they hate you today, love you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't beat them. You would never win. Like, you know, like I saw a lot of shit that didn't make sense. Like, he sacrificed his brother and he sacrificed Von and all that shit is some bullshit. At the end of the day, if you from these streets of Chicago, you know how shit played out and you know how shit go. Like, how could he sacrifice somebody when he didn't know Von was going to that club? He didn't know what was going on. He wasn't up here. You know what I'm saying? His brother, that's his big brother. His big brother do what his big brother want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get what people talking about, all the sacrificing and all that shit, just to try and make him look bad and try and bring a strike on his riches and what he's accomplished. Because whether you hate him or love him, he's accomplished something that a lot of artists haven't accomplished in this city. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest artists in the world right now. And he put in his work. I watched him from the beginning when he didn't have no money, nothing. And then he came up, got some bread, fell back off and kept working and ended up passing damn near everybody that he came in the game with. You know what I'm saying? That's an accomplishment within itself that not many people will ever achieve. So you know, like I say, the backlash probably came from, you know, some people looking at it like you rich now. You know what I'm saying? You made it out. You made enough money to get you and all your people out. You giving a lot of people jobs. You bringing a lot of good people that was in the hood off the streets and showing them a better life. You know, focus on that instead of, you know what I'm saying, dissing the oppositions in the city that you don't even live. So I get that part too, because you know, sometimes I felt like when I hear it, I'd be like, you know, I ain't think some of it was called for, because, you know, I mean, they did, you rich, you made it. Let's celebrate life. Let's enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? So that you know, that's a part of the game. But like I say, this is their generation, is their culture. So I'm not gonna understand everything in it because it's not for me. It's not my world or the world that I live in. So I try not to judge them or try not to be so judgmental. You know, if I talk to them, I always tell them how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I don't do. I don't beat around the bush, or, you know what I'm saying, or hide how I feel. I let them know, and that's why they respect it.
How do you feel when you see the Durk is cursed? You mentioned that. I always think it's one of the most ridiculous things ever. And I don't even maybe because, like you said, it's not my generation. So I'm like, I don't get it. I don't see it at all. But the internet will take these things and just run with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the internet do. That's what it do, you know. I mean, like I say, they're part of some shit, like some real street shit. The shit get deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of lives lost on both sides. and it probably will never be mediated to where, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be peace, but I think in the long run they'll be able to coexist. I mean, other than that, everybody gonna be dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta try and figure out a way to coexist. We don't never have to ever be friends. We don't have to rotate or kumbaya together, none of that shit. Y'all can live y'all life over there, we'll live our life over here. We doing what we doing, y'all doing what y'all doing. And leave it at that. Other than that, you're gonna lose everything that you worked for. Everything that you worked hard for and the things that you put in so much blood, sweat, and tears for is gonna go down the drain for nothing.